So let's continue. I trudge across the lobby, heading for my room. I am tempted to appeal my punishment, but she wouldn't yield at all on denying my dinner. On the plus side, my allowance was all cut by 10%. A major victory for my dignity as an older brother.
四季さん、四季さん。
琥珀さん。
As I'm on the way back to my room, Ohaku-san calls out to me. She's hiding in one of the nooks in the corridor, addressing me conspirationally in much the same way as she did this morning.
もうダメですよ。今日ぐらいはちゃんと帰ってこないと。いくらなんでも1日目なら言うことを聞いてくれるだろうって、もうありえないぐらい早めに帰ってきてたんですから。
帰ってきてたって誰がですか？
そんなの決まって。いえ、なんでもございません。それはともかくとして、夕食抜きは使用人として見過ごせません。ですので、お部屋の方に軽食をご用意しておきました。おにぎりとお味噌汁という簡単なものですが。
Huh. She's such an incredibly thoughtful maiden. This is on the top of her returning my phone this morning, really thinking she would go this far for me, even though she's the one who'll be on the hook for it if Aika found out.
でもいいんですか？俺はすごく助かりますけど。
はい、四季さんの健康に関わることですもの。それにこれは翡翠ちゃんも同意していますから、明葉様に見つかっても2人で謝れば許していただけますよ。
そうか、あの子も。
Despite her cold demeanor, she's looking out for me. I start to get a read on her because she doesn't really let her emotions show, but it seems that the Hisui also felt bad about my no dinner treatment.
四季さん、あの子じゃないのです。翡翠ちゃんです。
ああ、うん、分かってる。でもまだうまく話せないから、気軽に名前で呼ぶのは申し訳ない気がする。
いいえ、それはいけません。ひどいお話です。翡翠ちゃんはああ見えてとっても優しいんですから。四季さんもどうかこれからは気軽に家族と思って翡翠ちゃんと呼んであげてくださいな。
Kwaku-san is starting straight at me. She's right. It would be difficult for Isui if I kept treating her like a stranger. I'm sure she's just concerned about me as Okaku-san right now, so I should try to open myself to her a bit more.
わかりました。これからは何があっても翡翠ちゃん、いや、ちゃん付けはさすがに恥ずかしいんで、翡翠の名前を呼びます。
はい、それは大変ようございます。
Okaku-san says their farewell and heads downstairs. I say a silent prayer to my savior, and the nightingale of the Tono residence return to my room. Rice balls, huh? Hokaku-san made them, so they must be pretty tasty. The first thing I did after I got back was wolf down the rice balls that Hokaku-san made for me. When I would finish, Isui came by to tell me that the bath was ready. By the time I come back from my bath, it's 9 o'clock in the evening. It's a bit too early to go to bed. I have nothing at hand to read other than a textbook. I'm not even that tired today. Yeah, after the walking and being hypnotized. And as we always do, we save. Well, why end the day when I can do other things? But still, I hope he doesn't put me too astray from my original route. Let's visit the maid. I dropped by Hohaku-san's room. I think I spotted where it was earlier when I was on my way to the bathroom. I make my way towards the end of the corridor on the first floor on the west wing. To give a sense of the location, the lobby is to my rear and I'm pretty sure that the kitchen is at the end of this corridor. I think Hokaku-san has been given the small room right next to the kitchen.
琥珀さんの部屋はここかな。
I knock on the door.
琥珀さん、います。
はーい、ちょっと待ってくださいね。
I hear a cheerful voice from inside the room. After about 2 minutes, she comes out.
あれ、四季さんじゃないですか。どうしたんです？こんな時間に。
いえ、実はテレビを見せてもらおうかなって。
はい？
ああ、ですね。この家ってテレビがないでしょ。今まで普通の家で暮らしてきた俺にしてみると、寝る前にのんびりテレビを見るのが日課だったりするわけで、見ないと落ち着かないというか。
The more I explain it, the more I realize how stupid it all sounds. Barging into a girl's room and demanding to use her TV. What's wrong with me? I mean, look, Hokaku-san is totally bewildered by my behavior or not.
言われてみればその通りです。四季さんは今まで有馬のお家で暮らしていたんですもの。いきなりこの屋敷の空気は重かったでしょ？
Well, she's the most light-hearted in this dimension, so she will understand.
ですね。 このこと明葉様と翡翠ちゃんに話しちゃいました？
このことって琥珀さんの部屋に行くってこと？
琥珀さん nods.
いえ、誰にも話していませんよ。
大変結構です。もしお話しされていたら四季さんを追い返さないといけないところでしたから。
There are eyes everywhere. She replies with a smile, and then furtively glances around the hallway.
幸いあたりに人影なし。さあさあ、見つかると大変ですから上がってくださいな。
She grabs on my arm.
わあ
What's that? The inside of the room is quite different from what I'd expected. Half of it is covered by tatami, with a bunch of cabinets closely packed at the back, but that's the only part of it with Japanese furnishing. The other half of the room, meanwhile, is westernized, but also lightly adorned. It's more reminiscent of a school infirmary than a room in a manor.
適当なところに座ってください。私、お茶を入れてきますから。
Ohakuli-san leaves the room. After clearing my throat, I take a seat, opting for the sofa on the wooden part of the floor over the tatami. This place doesn't resemble a girl's room so much as a well-organized office. All of the drawers in the cabinet at the back are very small. Each one can probably only hold a small handful of object.
あのタンスってもしかして。
It's for storing medicine, right? I'm pretty sure that is it. The old doctor who used to take care of me back when I lived with Aramis had a cabinet just like this one at his place. If that's the case, then Okaku-san also a certified doctor? No, she can't be. She's way too young to have qualified for a license already. Glancing around, I spotted a TV remote on the cushion. I wondered if Okaku-san had actually been watching TV when I knocked.
はい、お待たせしました、四季さん。ソチャですが、どうぞ。
あ、どうも、お構いなく。
いえいえ、こちらこそ気の利いたおもてなしはできそうになくて。
With a friendly smile on her face, Okaku-san serves me a cup of strong green tea and some sweet bean jelly as a snack.
テレビでしたね。四季さんはこの時間何を見ているんですか？
特に決まってないけど、基本的にはニュースかな。
そうなんですか。
Oh, that's actually a good TV.
四季さんは落ち着いていますから、食後は読書をなさるのかななんて思っていたんですけど。
I didn't see it in the background the first place I came.
残念ながらそんな殊勝な心がけはないんです。よく勤勉な学生と見られがちなんですけど、根はぐうたらで。メガネのおかげで真面目そうに見えるんでしょうか。
あ、そうでした。四季さんったらメガネをかけていらしたんですもの。実は昨日お出迎えした時に心の中でびっくりしていたんですよ。
それはどうして？
だって明葉様は四季さんがメガネをかけているなんて一度もおっしゃりませんでしたから。てっきり明葉様に似た涼しげかつ鋭い目をしたお方が来るんだって身構えておりました。
Kohaku-san smiles, happy about having worries for nothing. I see. I guess I'll never actually meet Takia in person since I started wearing these glasses.
けどこのメガネは伊達メガネなんですよ。目は悪いといえば悪いんだけど、視力は平均よりいい方だし、別に勉強のしすぎで視力が落ちたわけじゃないんです。ああ、知的なイメージがあったのに幻滅させちゃいました。
そんなことはありません。私だって本よりテレビの方が楽しいですもの。四季さんが思った通りの元気な方で嬉しいです。
そうですか。それはどうも。
Feeling embarrassed, I look away. Getting struck by Kohaku-san's earnest smile at point blank range just made me quite flustered.
あ、ごめんなさい。ニュースを見に来られたのにおしゃべりをしてしまって。
Kohaku-san turns on the TV. The screen flashes to life. It's a little past 9:30 p.m. The news has switched away from inoffensive general audience programming and is now reporting on one more serious matter affecting society.
ありゃ、また通り魔殺人ですか。
The news is running a special report on a series of murders. The serial killing had started in a neighboring district and now being replicated here near Soja Station. It's a straightforward report, though vicious in nature. They indiscriminately abduct young women who are out too late at night, kill them, and drain their blood. 8 people have already fallen victim, and the police's ability to keep up with investigation has been called into question. No further details have been reported by the media. They all refer to the victims having had their blood drained to obscure what they had in common and what their precise cause of death was. I guess they are restricting uniform information to try and prevent copycat criminals from getting any ideas. To drink their blood, the blood of their victims?
怖い。 い話ですね。おまわりさんは何をしているんでしょう。
突発的な犯行なんで犯人の動機が絞れないとか。深夜の通り魔的な犯行なら見つかりさえしなければ後を追えません。動機、理由がない以上犯人は探せないわけですし。
単に襲われてしまった方たちの運が悪い、いえ、目撃者の出ない犯人の運がいいとおっしゃるのですか？
まあそうでもないと2週間近く犯人が見つからないのはおかしいでしょ。
どうでしょう。しっかりとした準備があるのなら、それはおかしな話ではなくなると思いますよ。想像でしかありませんが、殺人というものは数を重ねれば重ねるほど証拠を残してしまうものです。行方不明者が8人いるというのなら証拠は積み上がりませんが、遺体が8人分も発見されているのなら十分な状況証拠は揃っていてしかるべきです。なのに犯人が捕まらないのは、捕まらないだけの理由を犯人が作っているからと推測できます。
I can say I expected that. It's a plot assessment, but I impressed all the same. Regardless of whatever or not Okaku-san's speculation is correct, I didn't expect her to think so deeply about the detail of the case.
しかしそうなると犯人は突発的な通り魔じゃなくて用意周到な殺人鬼になりますね。
If it were 8 missing people, I could understand there not being enough information, but you will think that with all 8 bodies having been found, there will be enough circumstantial evidence to lead somewhere.
なのに犯人が捕まらないのは、捕まらないだけの理由を犯人が作っているからと推測できます。
I can say I expected that. It's a blunt assessment, but I impressed all the same. Regardless of whatever or not Okaku-san's speculation is correct, I didn't expect her to think so deeply about the detail of the case.
しかしそうなると犯人は突発的な通り魔じゃなくて用意周到な殺人鬼になりますね。仮にそいつが通り魔のふりをして計画的に事を進めているんなら、殺された人たちは無関係に見えてやっぱりつながりがあるとか。
ないんじゃないでしょうか。そんなつながりがあったら、それこそ2人目ぐらいで警察の皆さんも気がつくでしょうし。結局のところ、これは陰徳性に関しては超人的レベルの用意周到さなのに、目的性に関しては極めて薄い、理解不能の事件ですね。
Okaku-san talks about disturbing topic with a smile. It seems I thought she isn't particularly worried about it.
琥珀さん、これってこの町で起きてる事件なんですよ。琥珀さんだって若い女の子なんだから、少しは怖いって思わないんですか？
嫌ですね。大丈夫ですよ。通り魔さんは深夜に出現するだけですから、夜は外に出なければ会うこともありません。
Not a clear way of thinking. I would say it's a bit too grisly of a topic to dismiss that easily, but maybe that's just the way it is with the incident we learn about on the news.
お邪魔しました。また見たくなったらやってきますから、その時はよろしくお願いします。
はい、ぜひお待ちしておりますね。
Haku-san glances around the hallway.
このままお部屋までお見送りしたいのは山々ですが、四季さんのお部屋には翡翠ちゃんが待ってますから、ここで失礼させていただきます。
はい、それじゃあおやすみなさい。
I didn't know the bedtime was 10 o'clock here at the mansion. In addition to the 8 o'clock curfew, there is an unspoken rule that you aren't allowed to leave your room after 10.
まったく、親父がいなくなっても堅苦しいのは変わらないんだな。
Well, I suppose it's not that surprising. No matter how much technology advances or trend change, the tone of family is maintained this way of life for hundreds of years. Nothing will change because Akira becomes the head of the family.
むしろよくしてくれてる方だよな。少なくとも親戚筋をよそにやってくれたんだから。
I'm a little worn out from the atmosphere of the familiar mansion. I think I obediently head back to my room for tonight. It's 10 o'clock. The lights turn themselves off automatically without me having to do anything. It seems like all the lights, except the one in the office, are programmed to switch off at this hour. Scary. You can turn away on them on again, just by flicking the switch, but apparently that's reserved for emergency only. If you use the table lamp provided, people will probably notice that I'm staying up late. On top of that, leaving your room after 10 o'clock is expressly forbidden.
こっそりスタンドライトでも買ってくるとか。
These days, they are for foldable lamps the size of a mobile phone. With one of those, I could stay up as long as I want after lighting's out.
ま、必要はないか。基本夜は寝るものだし。試験期間の時なら就寝時間も延ばしてもらえるだろう。
I change into the provided nightwear and crawl into bed. Ever since the accident, I felt oddly reluctant about lying down to sleep. Especially when my bed is this soft. Essentially, comfortable sleeping position bother me for some reason. Back when I was in the Arima house, it used to drive Keiko-san up the wall. She said that even though I was a deep sleeper, I was the type of kid who will fall asleep on their own.
よし、寝るか。
I tell myself out loud, even though it's something that ought to come naturally. I take off my glasses and close my eyes. It was only when I was a child that I had trouble sleeping. Now, if I close my eyes like this, I can fall asleep just like anyone else. I can hear something out there, each cry ringing out, then dying away like a breaking wave. It's the howl of an animal, quite pitched to be a wild dog. Howling SMR. It's ringing in my eardrums. It's howling at the moon. It's an unpleasant sensation. The howl is headache inducing. I find it pleasant. The sound does not stop. The echoes rechoke around my skull, like bullets fired directly into my brain. This wolf sure likes the moon.
ああ、もう、やかましい。
I open my eyes and put on my glasses. I can still hear the dog howling outside my window. The clock has just struck 11. To say it's disturbing my sleep will be putting it mildly.
くそ、なんなんだよこの鳴き声。
You can hear the dogs howling coming from all the way outside the mansion. If this keeps up, I'm not gonna get any sleep.
仕方がないか。犬がうるさいなんて警察に電話しても取り合ってもらえないだろうし。
Get out of bed and change back into my school uniform. Surely everyone else is having trouble sleeping too. I'm the only man in the mansion, so I guess it falls to me to go find out what's going on there. I leave the mansion. Everything outside is still, almost as if the night had frozen over. The moon is hidden behind the clouds. Even the light from the street lamps appears to have congealed, like paint drops on a canvas. Oddly enough, the howling sounds quieter now that I'm out here. Maybe just starting to die down? Whatever the case, I don't care. The noise is more painful to my mind and eyes than to my ears. Just listening to it is enough to put my heart into overdrive from a sense of visceral repulsion. We are getting lured outside again. My legs feel heavy and start walking. I start to lose feeling in my fingertips. Suddenly, I notice that my breath is white. The area around the mansion has fallen even quieter. It feels as if everything has come to a standstill. My silhouette is the only thing that moves in this frozen world. I feel thirsty for some reason. The managing road next to the tall walls around the mansion stretches on endlessly into the night. Warming my numb fingers with my breath, I walk in the direction of where I assume the dogs are gathered. My thoughts come to an halt. There is something under the street in the lighty distance. Something that I have never seen before. Something that ordinarily I should never seen. Something inexplicable. A dissolving dog. What is that? A drawn blade. What is that? A dissolving howl. What is that? Well, at least they did us a service. A piercing blade. What is that? It's the scream of a madman. I think it was the dog, or maybe that of a typhoon. After the ear-splitting sound waves have passed, the howling is gone, as is the dog itself. It's like it never existed in the first place. It dissolved away without leaving so much as a trace. Then, is this an illusion? Is what I'm seeing now a hallucination or a dream? Then, is that an illusion? There, under the streetlight slicing through the darkness, stems some incomprehensible thing. Is that a coat? But the coat-wearing silhouette shows no sign of noticing me as I stand frozen in place. I'm thirsty. My whole body is sweating. And the night air sticks to my skin. It's not like there is anything wrong with my surrounding. And yet everything feels stifling, like I'm at the bottom of the ocean.
This hot in Holland.
I hear the sound of a distant foreign country. A sudden dizziness assailed me, and I almost passed out. I put all my strength into my staggering legs, and I managed to stay up on my feet. And then... see before me is the usual quiet road. I breathe a sigh of relief, my lungs greedily taking in the air. I didn't realize it, but it seems I have been breathing properly since I left the main gate. I don't hear the howling anymore. I live the illusory fever dream I just witnessed behind me. I'm back in my room. I didn't see any sign that anyone else had woken up. It seemed like I was the only one who could understand the dog howling. What was that? My head still hurts.
あれなんで震えてるんだろう俺。
When I look at my fingers, I realize they are trembling. My whole body is shaking and my back feels so cold. You have to describe how it feels. It's like my spine had been ripped out and replaced with an icicle. I feel dizzy and lightheaded. Maybe it's just my usual anemia? I feel like my consciousness is being dashed against the ground, brain and all. Amidst all this, I notice something unsettling. Even though I'm wearing my glasses, I can still see those lines. Sensei? Sensei? The rising nausea overwhelms my eyes. It's the pent-up weight of the 7 years I've spent trying not to look at them. My mind is overwhelmed at this light, by this sight. I feel sick, combined with the dizziness from the anemia. I feel like I'm about to throw up at any moment.
嘘だろどうなってるんだこれ
I really don't know. But as long as I keep my eyes open, I can help but see the scribblets.
悪い夢だ。
I somehow make it into bed. Yeah, in that case, I should just go to sleep. It's the quickest way to negate what I'm seeing. My body won't even do as I tell it. I'll just stay as I am, still as a corpse. I just need to go to sleep, like a puppet with broken strings. What a night. Sensei once told me something. She said that what I can see are the lines along which things are most easily broken. To use the body as an analogy, they're like joints prone to fracturing, or soft eyeballs. Yuck. If I run a blade along the lines, there is no friction, no resistance. I can sever anything without the slightest force required. They aren't limited to the human body either. These lines appear equally on everything I can see, whether it be vegetable, animal, or mineral.
よく聞いてね、シキ。あらゆるものは壊れてしまうという運命を内包しているの。形がある以上、こればっかりは逃れようのない前提でしょ。
In other words, the world itself is a brittle patchwork that could unravel at any moment. Fancy scribbles run across the ground as well. That means there is a chance that it too could suddenly come apart, and everything on it destroyed. Or at the very least, that's how it works in the world I see.
そして、私たち人間はさらに細かく壊れやすい。怪我も回復も、老化も成長も、流星も衰弱も、すべては終わりに近づく変化だから。
When I understood what she meant, I gained a whole new level of appreciation for the glasses she had given me. I mean, who wouldn't? If I had to see those lines all the time, I wouldn't have been able to go on living at all. What good is there in being able to see these things? These lines along which things are most easily broken. This world in which nothing is guaranteed to hold together. There is not a single benefit to it, is there? I wake from my reverie. Sensing the morning light on my closed eyelids, I keep my eyes closed as I run my hand over the nightstand. Where are my glasses? Feeling uneasy, I grope around the right hand side of the bed just in case, and immediately find them. I usually keep them on the left hand side, but given how bad my headache was last night, I suppose it's not out of the question that I mix them up. I put on my glasses before opening my eyes. If someone were watching, they would surely think it's a peculiar tic, but I would like to avoid looking on the lines as much as possible.
おはようございます、四季様。
When I turned to face the sound, I seen that someone was watching. There is a young maid standing against the wall. She's so unobtrusive that I didn't even notice her, but it seems she's been there for a while. She must have come to wake me up so that I wouldn't oversleep, same as she did yesterday.
そっか、ごめん。驚くのはおかしかった。おはよう、翡翠。起こしに来てくれてありがとう。
それが私の役割ですから、どうかお気になさらないようお願いします。
Isui solemnly bows, but as she does so, she suddenly stops moving and swiftly raises her head.
いえ、驚かすのが仕事ということではなく、明日は四季様を驚かせないよう努力いたします。
She's a maid with something subtly off about her, but I can't quite put my finger on it. She's able to perform her duty as a maid flawlessly, but I get the sense that she isn't really accustomed to socializing.
いや、翡翠には何の問題もないと思うよ。まだ慣れていない俺が悪いんだ。
When I get out of bed, I realize that I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm pretty sure I changed into my uniform when I went to investigate the howling, and that I collapsed straight into bed when I came back.
おかしいな。俺、制服のまま眠ったと思うんだけど。
Don't tell me she changed us when we were asleep.
はい、あのままではお体に悪いので、
She
姉さん
did.
に来てもらって寝巻きに着替えさせていただきました。
Well, not her at least. Izu explained the situation as if it were nothing out of the ordinary. As she changed my clothes for me. Sleeping in your uniform won't necessarily make you sick, but it'll make your uniform all wrinkled, and there's denying that pajamas are more comfortable. Then that attention to details is just what you expect from a pro. Wait a minute. She saw us naked.
着替えだって。
I hurriedly examined my pants and underwear. Yes, The pants are from brand new sets of pajamas, and my underwear also seems to be fresh off the rack.
翡翠、
はい。何でしょう。
気を使ってくれたのは嬉しいんだけど、これからは何としても起こしてくれ。着替えっていうのはほら、やっぱり自分でやるものだし。
I'm so embarrassed by what's happened that I can't help but avert my gaze. Izui simply nods at me, her expression blank.
学校の制服はそちらに畳んであります。着替えがお済みになられましたら今においでください。
普通なら気がつくもんだけど、そんなに疲れてたのか、俺。
Dwelling on the past isn't going to change anything. I shall get dressed quickly and have breakfast. My school uniform is neatly folded and the shirt is crisply ironed. When I put my arm through the sleeves, I feel like it's brand new. Akiha and Kohaku are in the living room. Akiha seems to have already finished her breakfast and is elegantly enjoying some tea. Boop. Well, it would be impolite not to greet both of them.
二人ともおはよ
おはようございます、四季さん。
Kohaku-san returned my greeting with a smile as brilliant as her white apron. Akiha, on the other hand, glances at me and says,
今朝は随分とゆっくりなんですね、兄さん。まさかとは思いますが、休日と勘違いしているとか。
I might be early in the morning, but she still isn't pulling any punches.
ゆっくりってまだ7時を過ぎたばかりじゃないか。ここからうちの高校まで徒歩30分ちょいなんだ。今日は早起きした方だよ。
つまり朝食にかける時間は10分だけですか。お腹を空かせた犬じゃないんですから、朝食はゆっくりとってください。
She calls my inadequacies with pinpoint precision. I am not just but to acknowledge her formidable quick wit and supernatural reflexes. She's just like a flat wall constantly repelling the ball during tennis practice. I'm not going to say which part is the wall for.
兄さん、何か今不審なことを言いかけましたか？
いや、何も。ほんと何も。それより犬じゃないんですからって、秋葉。
Actually, that reminds me. Speaking of dogs, I need to ask about what happened last night.
なあ、アキハ。昨日の夜のことだけど、ここって毎晩ああなのか？
はい。
だから、昨日の夜の話だよ。あれじゃあ、アキハたちだって眠れなかっただろ
昨夜はきちんと熟睡できましたけど、何の話でしょう。
何の話かって、犬の話に決まってるだろ。夜の11時頃、野犬が吠えっぱなしだったじゃないか。
Please don't tell her we leave the mansion. Aki and Kohaku exchanged glances and then stared at me with a concerned look in their eyes. Can't believe it. They're acting like I'm some sort of a somnambulist.
いえ、アキハには聞かない。琥珀さん、昨日の夜はうるさかったよね。
どうなんでしょうか。確かに昨夜は風が強かったとは思いますけど、深夜の見回りで発見した異常は四季さんが制服のままベッドの上で眠っていらしたことぐらいですよ。
ああ、それですか。これからは気をつけます。
何かあったの、琥珀。いえ、別に何もありませんでしたよ。ちょっと四季さんの寝相が悪かったというだけですから。
With a smile on her face, Kohaku-san dodges Aki's question.
本当に二人とも気がつかなかったのか？昨日の夜、30分ぐらい外で野犬が吠えてたのに。ワンワンワンワン、そりゃうるさいったらなかった。
Wow, 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 wow.
はあはあ、それはワンワンパニックですね。
Huh? I can quite tell by her reaction whether she believes me or not.
まあ、わかりやすく言うと、そういうこと。
ふん。私はそんな覚えはありませんけど。琥珀もないでしょ？そうですね。四季さんには申し訳ないのですが、そのようなことはなかったと思います。決まりね。あと考えられるケースといったら、兄さんは犬に吠えられる夢でも見ていたというところかしら。
Now that both of them have denied it, I'm no longer so sure about it in myself. Thinking back on it, it doesn't make any sense that I will be able to hear howling. There weren't any dogs outside, and the street. I'm pretty sure there was nobody in the street. I'm starting to believe that what they said is true. Maybe it really was a dream.
兄さんはまだ屋敷に慣れていないから、そんなたちの悪い夢を見たんでしょう。そうですね。 今夜も野犬に吠えられるようでしたら、とびっきり獰猛な番犬でも飼うことにしましょうか。
I like dogs. A sadistic smile plays across Aika's lip.
私は時間ですのでお先に失礼します。兄さん、登校中に犬に襲われないよう気をつけてくださいね。
Akia gracefully leaves the living room. After giving me a small bow, Kohaku-san also leaves the living room in order to go see her master off. After having breakfast in the dining room, I go out to the lobby. Hisui treads after me, carrying my bag. I told her I was capable of handling my own bag, but she insisted on carrying it, at least as far as the door. I seem to have a weak spot not only for Akia, but Hisui as well. They are just doing their job. On second thought, it would be more accurate to say I have a soft spot for Hisui. Yes. I end up losing to Akia because everything she says is correct, and so I can come up with any valid counter-arguments. It also doesn't help that Touno Akia simply outranked Toyuno Shiki. But Hisui is the complete opposite. I'm technically in a position of power over her, but I don't think I could actually wield the power to my advantage. I don't know why, but when she stares at me, I feel like listening to whatever she has to say.
四季さん、四季さん、ちょっと待ってください。
I hear a flurry of footsteps where Okaku-san comes rushing from the second floor. Hisui steps aside as soon as Okaku arrives.
あれ、琥珀さんは秋葉と一緒じゃなかったの？
秋葉様はお車で学校に向かわれますから。今朝は四季さんにお届け物があるので屋敷に残らせていただいたんです。
お届け物って俺に？
はい、昨日有馬家の方から荷物が届いたんですよ。
Okaku-san gives me a white grin.
いや、俺は自分の荷物は全部持ってきたよ。もともと向こうで使ってたのは有馬の家のものだったから、自分のものなんて着てる服ぐらいで。
そうなんですか？こちらが届けられたお荷物ですけど。
Kohaku-san hands me a tiny wooden box, about 20 centimeters long. It doesn't weigh much.
琥珀さん、俺はこんなの見たこともないんだけど。
四季さんのお父様の遺品とのことですけど、四季さんに譲られるように と遺言があったとか。
あの親父が俺に。
Father, what you have in store for us? Ah, that's hard to believe. Bible Tono Makisa, the man who kicked me out of this mansion 7 years ago, leave me a parting gift.
まあいいや。琥珀さん、これ部屋に置いておいて。
Kwaku-san is staring intently at the wooden box. She's curious. She's acting like a child with her heart set on a toy.
じー。
No, she's a child.
わかりました。中身が気になるんですね、琥珀さんは。
いえ、そんなことはないですよ。
Hmm.
ただ、どんな贈り物なのか興味があるだけで。
No, you're more than just little curious, you mischievous maid.
なら開けてみましょう。せーの。はい。
The wooden box opened with a hollow sound. Oh no, a knife. An iron rod. No, I think this is one of those knife with a concealed blade. Inside is a thin iron rod, about 15 centimeters long.
鉄の棒だ。
It isn't particularly fancy. It shows sign of being very well used. My father must have really hated me if this antique is all he left me as a memento. Plus, I'm pretty sure the iron bars my father worked were thicker and more rugged.
違いますよ、四季さん。これ、果物ナイフなんじゃないでしょうか。
I know it.
ほら、飛び出しナイフってあるじゃないですか。あれと同じみたいです。せーの、はい。
With a metallic click, a blade about 10 centimeters long sprang out of the rod. Oh, it really is a knife.
中の構造は今風のようですが、外側は随分と古いものみたいですね。ほら、裏に年号も書かれています。
Kwaku-san retracts the blade and hands me the knife. I was wondering, how do you retract it? Not with your hand, of course. She's right. There are some words carved into the bottom of the grip. The character for 7 and next to it, the character for night.
姉さん、 これ年号じゃない。七つ夜と書かれているだけよ。
Wheeling around, I see that Hisui has been silently peering at the knife from behind me the entire time.
びっくりした。脅かさないでくれ、翡翠。そんな後ろから覗かなくても、見たければ、ほら。
失礼いたしました。その担当があまりに綺麗でしたから、つい。
綺麗？これ、綺麗って言うかな。どっちかっていうと鈍いというか、古臭い感じだけど。
そんなことはありません。由緒正しい鼓動だと思います。
He's more into the Counter-Strike knife.
そうなの？俺にはガラクタにしか見えないけど。
At least in the fashion sense. Still, after hearing Hisui say that with such a conviction, I'm beginning to feel the same way. Yeah. Maybe this isn't such a bad memento after all.
七つ夜ですか。その果物ナイフの名前でしょうかね。
Ah, you might be surprised, Shishichi. I don't think many people name their knives. Whatever it is definitely an antique. I retract the blade and put the knife in my bag. Why will you bring a knife with you? It's a violation of the Weapon Act, but hopefully the authorities will let it slide just for today. This is not gonna end up good. Or at least today something is gonna happen. Show it to Ariko later and brag about this. Yes, at school. Good idea. Well, assuming he actually bothers coming to school.
シキ様、お時間はよろしいのですか？
まずい、そろそろ行かないと間に合わないか。それじゃあ琥珀さん、届け物ありがとう。
Kwaku-san humbly accepts my gratitude and waves us goodbye. Exiting the front gate of the mansion, I notice an unusual flurry of activity.
なんだろう。なんかあっちの方騒がしくないか。
それが今朝方あちらの路面で血痕が発見されたそうです。
血痕？血の跡ってことか。
はい。屋敷の塀にも血の跡がありました。シキ様がお眠りの間、 警察の方々が昨夜の様子を尋ねにいらしたようです。
それって人が死んでたとか？
Duh.
いえ、発見されたのは血の跡だけだそうです。
There are rounds along the east side of the property. It's the area I went to check on last night. Bloodstains, precious patterns of crimsons. I can confidentially say there were no sign of that conspicuous color last night. At any rate, it was only black, only the biting cold. Not even the slightest hint of the worm of blood existed.
四季様。
いや、なんでもない。それじゃあ行ってくるよ。見送りありがとう。
行ってらっしゃいませ。どうか道々お気をつけて。
Izui bows deeply. Still, I'm sure it's just a concern about my health in her own way.
いや、なんでもない。それじゃあ行ってくるよ。見送りありがとう。
行ってらっしゃいませ。どうか道々お気をつけて。
Izui bowed deeply. I'm only going to school, so I don't think I have that much to worry about. Still, I'm sure it's just concerned about my health in her own way.
ありがとう。なるべく気をつける。翡翠も気をつけて。
With a quick wave of my hand, I thank Izui and leave the main gate behind. I make it to class with only a few minutes to spare before our moving road starts. I'm not used to my new route yet, so I guess I didn't leave myself enough time. The time for idle morning chatter is coming to a close, and most of the students have returned to their desks. With this as a backdrop,
はあ、随分と余裕のあるご到着ですね。
Ariko is about to take his seat. A dejected look on his face. Seemed like he's actually planning on taking class seriously today.
おはようさん。今朝は特にやる気がない。わけじゃないのか。教室にいるんだから。なんだよ、体調崩したのか？
さっきまで元気でしたよ、ゲンゲンに。何しろ先輩が遊びに来てくれたんだからな。
先輩ってシエル先輩？
そうだよ。けど誰かさんがいねえもんだからいまいちノリが悪くて3年の教室に戻っちまったわけ。なんだって今朝に限って遅刻ギリギリなのよ、当の。
So that's what happened. If I would know Senpai was here, I would have come running.
そりゃ申し訳ない。けど、縁があれば昼休みにでも会えるだろう。これっきりってわけじゃあるまいし。
当たり前ですよ。これが最後のチャンスだったらショックで授業なんて受けてらんねえって。
Heading for my desk, I went in a different, oh really, in his direction. Right as I'm sitting down, the bell rings and Noel Sensei entered the classroom.
はーい、グッモーニー。みんな健康で大変結構。って、あらら、欠席者が2人もいるのね。季節の変わり目だし、油断して風邪でもひいちゃったのかしら。
Noel Sensei started taking attendance. One male student and one female are absent. As I'm trying to remember who those two empty seats belong to, I happen to make eye contact with her. I look away, flustered. It's strange. I swear it's just imagination, but I feel as I thought Noel Sensei spent a lot of time looking in my direction. Morning classes are over. It is now time for lunch. Now, where should I have lunch? Steer route all the way. But first and foremost, that's right. I shall go swing by the tea ceremony room. Apparently, a steel senpai came by to visit me this morning, so there is a chance I might be able to run into her if I dare.
その前に。
It's bad form to show up empty-handed. I'll take a little detour. It took me longer than I expected to get the necessary supplies. I knock on the door of the tea ceremony room. After a few moments, the door opens and Senpai pokes her head out.
あれ、トーナくんですね。
Senpai cooks her head to the sides, puzzled.
先輩、お昼ご飯一緒に食べません？
お昼ご飯ですか。トーナくんからのお誘いは嬉しいんですけど、
This doesn't look good. Senpai seems to be on the fence about whether to accept my invitation or not. I wonder if she has other things she needs to take care of. Well, I have a little trick up my sleeve for this exact situation. Seal Sensei, wanna see a knife?
カレーパンありますけど。
Senpai expression brightened visibly. What the hell? I mean don't disrespect when I say that that's incredibly cute.
どうでしょう。昨日のお昼ご飯のお返しにあげますから、一緒に食べません？
それはご丁寧にどうも。そうですね。昨日のお礼ということでしたら断る理由はありません。
Fidgeting with their glasses, Senpai stepped outside and let me enter the tea ceremony room.
どうぞ楽にしていてください。ちょうどお茶の用意をしていたところですから。
Senpai steps into the next room. I guess the kitchenette. Kitchenette?
Oh.
As I enter the tea ceremony room, it becomes clear why Senpai was hesitating earlier. There is an empty lunchbox on the tatami mat. It seems that she has already eaten lunch.
遠野くん、お茶と紅茶どっちがいいですか？
お茶でお願いします。それより先輩、お昼済ませてたんですか？
ええ、ちょっと前に。今日は寝坊してしまったので朝ごはんを食べてなくて、午前中はお腹がペコペコで大変でした。
そっか、ごめん邪魔しちゃって。俺教室で食べるからゆっくりしててください。
パンいただけないんですか
Senpai suddenly standing in the doorway of the kitchenette, the expression on her face is that of a child who didn't receive any present for Christmas.
いや、だってお腹いっぱいでしょ、先輩。
そんなことないです。私お腹減ってます。
Instantaneous response. It's pretty clear what she must concern about here.
それならいいけど、先輩本当に大丈夫？例のカレーパン結構ボリュームありますよ。
ご心配には及びません。私好きなものなら割と限界なくいただけちゃいますから。
I already figured it out yesterday. The bashful smile of hers, instead out of embarrassment over having a second helping of lunch, she just genuinely excited about the thoughts of eating that curry bun. She's an enigma. In this day and age, it's rare to find someone who can get this excited over a simple curry bun. After Senpai ate a curry bun, and I ate too, we decided to have some tea to wash them out. I sit down on the tatami mat and leisurely enjoy a cup of tea with her.
そういえば朝のニュース見ましたよ。遠野くん、新しいお家の方はどうですか？何か大変なことになっていたみたいですけど。
ニュースですか
Ah, I remember. You used to mention that the police had come over to ask questions about those blood stains.
あのニュースとうちは無関係ですよ。屋敷の乾燥だって中はすごく立派で夜は野犬がうるさかったぐらいだし。 強いて言うんならテレビがないのと和室がないのがネックかな。こんな風にお茶を飲める場所がありませんから。
野犬って何ですかそれ。遠野邸の前で起きたのは例の通り魔事件なんじゃないですか？
やだな。そんなことになってたらもっと大騒ぎになってます。結婚があっただけで事件性はありません。まあでも
They found the blood in the same spot where I went to look for the dogs last night. I can say that out loud.
いえ、ただの勘違いです。何にせよ俺たちには関係のない話です。せっかく先輩とのんびりしてるんですから、嫌な話をするのはよしましょう。
そんなことはありません。少なくともこの町で暮らしているんですから、通り魔事件は関係あると思います。遠野くんはちょっと危機感が足りないのではないでしょうか。
Senpai's tone has become a little heated. She's the very image of a reliable upper-class man, scolding an unscrupulous junior.
でも危険なのは夜の外出だけでしょ。犠牲者は8人も出ているんですから、警察だって次期犯人を捕まえるだろうし。
もうそんなことを言っていると寝首をかかれますよ。ニュースだって3人目の頃から同じことを言っていましたけど、結局犯人はまだ捕まっていないじゃないですか。
She's right about that. For a string of serial killing to continue this long in modern Japan is beyond abnormal. It's practically bordering on paranormal.
そうでした。現代の吸血鬼なんてふざけたテロップが打たれてるから、身近な出来事の気がしなかったというか、確かに軽率でした。俺だってこの町に住んでいるんだから気をつけなくちゃいけないのに。
はい、分かってくれればいいんです。本当にくれぐれも知らない人についていっちゃダメですよ。もし犯人が吸血鬼扱いされて喜んでいる異常者だとしたら、遠野くんは格好の餌食かもしれません。どことなく美味しそうな雰囲気ですから。
いや、先輩、その例えはどうかと。
I would rather she didn't attempt to fit by saying things like that. Thought, I have chronic anemia, so I'm probably not a good target for vampire in the first place.
でも真面目に考えるとおかしな話ですね。吸血鬼って言うけど、どうしてそんなあだ名をつけたんでしょう。
体中の血を抜かれているんですよ。吸血鬼という比喩表現は間違っていないでしょ。
そうですかね。吸血鬼に吸われた人間って同じように吸血鬼になるってのが通説じゃないですか。なのに殺されてしまった人の死体はちゃんとあって、吸血鬼になって歩き回ってるわけでもない。わざわざ階段めいたあだ名をつけなくても、ただの殺人事件で十分でしょうに。
遠野くん、吸血鬼がいるって本気で信じてるんですか？
ですね。ニュースでそう煽っているから合わせただけです。本当に吸血鬼なんてのがいたら、さっき言った通り、死体なんか残らないでしょ。
そうですね。けど、こういう風にも考えられません？発見されている死体の方たちは、吸血鬼になれなかったから死んでしまった。吸血鬼には、なれる人となれない人がいて、なれる人は吸血鬼に襲われても、死体としては発見されないんです。だって今も、どこかでひっそり生きているから。
はあ、そりゃホラーだね、先輩。
はい、割とホラーな話です。残念ですが、オチはつきませんでした。
With a smile, Senpai sips her tea. While we were idly chatting away, lunch break came up to an end. Senpai said she still had some things to clean up, so I go out into the hallway ahead of her. Accepting their kindness, I turn away from the tea ceremony room and start to head back to my classroom when suddenly...
あらら、もしかして四季くん？
Stay away from me.
こんなところにいるなんて意外ね。
I have a knife. I unacceptably bump into Noel Sensei. Noel Sensei is holding a silver accessory in her right hand. It looks like a cross.
ああ、これ言ったでしょ、趣味で副業しているって。あっちの塔は騒がしいから、静かな物質棟で日課のお祈りをしに来たの。そんなことより、四季くんは何をしているのかしら？もしかして、この辺りに秘密の密会場所でもあるの？
いえ、それは。
I can tell her I just came here to visit my upper classmate in the tea ceremony club. Why not?
いえ、気晴らしに歩いていただけです。
It's wise not to tell her anything.
お昼がまだなんで、そろそろ食堂に戻ろうかなって。
I try to act natural. I keep my response as vague as possible.
それはそれは、ご飯より先に散歩なんて余裕のある大学生みたい。四季くん、もしかして音大とか目指してる？
いえ、音楽に興味はありませんけど。なんで？
聞いてみただけさ。はい、それじゃあバイバーイ。食堂早く行かないと昼休み終わっちゃうぞ。
See you later. adds Noel Sensei with a wink, and then softly presses her lips to the silver accessory in her hand. The sound of a horseshoe disappearing to the back of the club building. Fifth period. The lesson on classical literature is putting me to sleep, but I keep on writing in my notebook. Our high school has yet to approve the use of electronic devices for note-taking. They say they plan to eventually move to using tablets, but it seems to be a few years out still. That said, if you do use your phone in class, you aren't likely to get in trouble for it. It's an unspoken agreement. Even now, there are a handful of students using their cell phone to read dictionaries, texts, or browse the web. I am more of an analog person myself, so I do it the old-fashioned way and write notes by heart. It happens without warning. My sense of sharpen is felt kicking into the overdrive. A field of view rolls up, twists, and folds in on itself until it's just a point. I feel so off balance. It's a thought my brain itself is spinning in circles. Vision wavers. I feel as though something is festering at the back of my head, and my consciousness is about to tumble out of my skull. I know this feeling. This sudden dizziness marks the onset of a bout of anemia. I can't believe I was so careless. I let my guard down despite knowing this could happen to my body at any time. I hate this. I have mostly managed to avoid collapsing in class, but my vision grows dark. I reach out and latch out on my desk to steady myself. But it's all in vain. Can't put any straight into my fingertips. All that's left is for me to collapse to the floor.
先生、ちょっといいっすか。
And then, smack, someone hits me on the back roughly.
遠野のやつ、調子が悪そうなんで保健室に連れて行きたいんですけど。
Harikos has shown up without me noticing.
殿、具合が悪いのか？
I hear the teacher voice from the podium.
いえ、これぐらい平気で。
ああ、全然ダメだそうです。 こりゃ早退させた方がいいんじゃないですか。
Hariko speaks right over me.
そうか。先生も遠野の体のことは聞いている。遠野、体調が優れないなら保健室で休むか早退して帰っていいんだぞ。
I guess the class teacher is pretty soft-hearted. He has accepted everything Hariko said without argument.
ほら、帰っていいとよ。そんな青い顔しやがって。まずいと思ったらすぐに言わねえとわからねえだろうが。
Hariko pats me on the back reproachfully.
それじゃあ早退させてもらいます、先生。
The teacher just nodded solemnly in response.
悪い、アリヒコ。いらない心配をかけさせた。
気にすんな。中学からの腐れ縁だからな。お前が貧血でぶっ倒れそうな雰囲気ってのはすぐにわかんだよ。
Hariko goes back to his seat. I somehow manage to stumble away my feet and drag my lead back from the classroom. I leave the school building. I thought about going to the infirmary to rest, but if I went there at this hour, there is a high possibility that I will fall asleep until night time. For that reason, I decided it would be better if I head back to the mansion, even if it means pushing myself a little.
ちょっとは楽になってきたかな。
As I breathe in the outside air, I begin to feel rejuvenated. It's been 7 years now. Ever since that accident, I've suffered from chronic anemia. Maybe it's the price I have to pay in exchange for surviving something that should have killed me. When I was first discharged from the hospital, I would suffer from an attack almost every day. I missed out a lot of things as a result of my condition, but thanks to the people around me, it was never a big deal. Now that I've grown up a bit, those symptoms are a lot less frequent, provided I avoid excessive physical activity. Even so, I can stop myself from getting dizzy and passing out occasionally. I was lucky that Hariko called out to me when he did. I would normally have fainted under those circumstances. I'll take a slow, deep breath, letting the fresh air fill my lungs. Doing my best to ignore the lingering feeling of something festering inside my head, I leave the school. I step out into the street in front of the station. I can't believe it. This proves I'm still not thinking straight. I almost went into the ticket gate out of habit. The Rima household is my home anymore. The Hono mansion is. There is no longer a reason for me to take the train from here. I'm still not feeling well. I put my hand on my forehead. I find that it's hotter than usual. There is no point pushing myself like this if I'm just going to end up collapsing on the side of the road somewhere.
しょうがないな、ほんと。
Sit down on a bench, disgusted with myself. I'll rest here for a bit until I'm feeling better. I watched the crowd in front of the station in a daze. It's a little past 2. The bustle of the city continues unabated. People are passing by me in droves. Each and every one of them is a perfect stranger to me, and I don't even spare a glance toward those around them as they each make for their own destinations. Despite all these people being in the same place, they are each locked in their own separate worlds. In the same way that you are the main character in your own life. They go about each day with themselves at center stage. Their lives are there for everyone to see, yet nobody looks. Their respective days do not intersect, nor do they branch off in new directions. That's how we maintain a base level of peace and order with as little effort as possible. Even while depending on others, we don't get too involved with them. This kind of individualism seems to be the path chosen by mankind. Perhaps my life fever is why I'm feeling so sentimental.
帰ろ
I feel a lot better now, and if I hang around here, I'll only end up wallowing in these worthless thoughts further. I get up off the bench and blend in with the crowd. With my thoughts dulled by anemia and for dimension. All I want right now is to be left alone in my room. I want to take off my glasses, close my eyes, and do nothing but breathe. It is until I cross paths with her. It almost feels like time itself has stopped. Every fiber of my being commits this instant to my memory. Golden hair and red eyes. White clothes, white figure. A field of snow where none have tread. An unblemished silhouette reminiscent of an untouched mountaintop beyond human comprehension. My pulse skyrockets. My heart kicks into overdrive. My veins and arteries are invigorated. My nerve snaps one by one under the stress, as if someone had put a torch on my spinal cord. To say that I'm in trance will understate my obsession. My feet have already stopped. I turn my head so as not to lose sight of her as she passed by me. I find myself forgetting to breathe. I feel nauseous. I can't breathe. I'm suffocating. No matter how hard I try, I can remember how to. Excuse me? My throat is burning. My eyeballs feel like they're going to shatter. My palms are wet and slippery. My blood is doing its job, and my fingertips are so cold that I can even feel them, but despite that, I'm sweating so much. Suddenly, I remember that I'm just an animal, alive same as anyone else. That's all it takes for me to start breathing again. But I realized that my senses of reason, it's not like I did anything wrong. It's not like I chose this. I just wanted to go home. My sense of reason, the tightrope I've been tricking myself into maintaining all this time, has snapped. Chase her. I have to chase her. Chase, 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 and then speak to her. I move my frozen feet, breathing as hotly and heavily as I desire her. I desire the woman in white. Her pace is casual. She isn't even paying attention to me at all. A faint question crosses my mind. Really? She's not paying me any attention? How is that possible? She's not one of those people, is she? Regardless, the fact remains that she hasn't even noticed me. Did something happen? There must have been something. She's probably very tired, exhausted, drained. It's why I have this opportunity. The reason I feel dismay is because when all is said and done, I'm confident that I can I want to run my all over her. He's not talking about the knife, right? How old was I when I last satisfied this desire? I want to tear her into the biceps. Her pace is casual. She isn't even paying attention to me at all. A faint question crosses my mind. Really? She's not paying any attention. How is that possible? The scene is repeating. How old was I when I last satisfied this desire? And I'm not talking about masturbation or intercourse, but something simpler, or primal. It's escalating pretty quickly here. I want to cut her down on I can sorrow her. I can remember, in fact.
Savoreur.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, let's try it again. I can't wait to savor her to my heart's content. Yes, I did it. I still don't even remember my first time. Also, hello. How are you doing? I let out a sigh that doesn't sound like my own. I clutch my chest to hold back my boiling emotion.
Good, always cool to see someone reading Tsukihime.
Yes, I wanted to reread it for a long time, but I was waiting for the remake. It is absolutely outstanding. The woman swimming through the crowds has a cast, yet delicate beauty to her. Because it was the time I was reading Wednesday night when they added all the voices and the new...
It's really excel. My favorite TM work. Hope you enjoy it. It just keeps getting better and better.
From Time to Moon, I expect none the less. But when I read it, it was the original, the old one, so it's not like I didn't like it. It's because it was the time when they did the Wednesday night remake with the dialogue and everything, so I read it instead and forget about this. And then I announced they were remaking this game, so I just said I'll just wait for the remake and read it. My throat is itching. I haven't been able to read for a while now, but what of it? Why would I feel that way? It will frankly be rude for anyone alive not to get excited after witnessing such beauty, I think. You read the original or the remake? I retrieved something from my bag. I put it in my pocket and started walking. The touch of iron sent a shiver through my fingertips. How lucky I am. How lucky am I? I just happen to have the perfect tool for the job. No, she did not do it.
Irid boss. The blanked out words are Annie's touch. Adds to the mystery of what is thinking.
Oh. Yes, they also added a lot of extra scenes, because I do remember when I read a bit of the first, the original Tsukihime, that many scenes, I didn't see many scenes from the remaster now. I feel like they totally redone it, instead of just adding I feel like it's just a remake instead of a how you say it, just improving the sprites and the scenes. Wonderful. I could just about what a sensual rendezvous. I'll keep a healthy distance from her, so that she doesn't notice me. So that none of the nuisance around me get suspicious. She and I are complete strangers. So I have to be as discreet as I can and follow her by scent alone. The woman enters an apartment complex. An automatic glass door. The security is perfect.
They really fleshed out and expanded on the story. Yeah, it's much longer than the original. Totally new plot threads added and everything, but it still retains the spirit of the original. The cat.
Yes, I thought so. It's totally a remake. And really well done. I'm astonished. You can even enter the lobby if you aren't a resident. I go around to the emergency exit, take off my jacket, I leave it somewhere hidden. I cut, I go inside. There is no one in the lobby. I look at the elevator, the light is up at the top floor. I press the call button. I go inside. I'm immediately overwhelmed by the traces of her presence. Her lingering scent makes the corners of my mouth twitch upward. I'm also kinda making a theory, but I think we are vampires. And probably we got saved by accident by one of those. Probably Arcud.
Salt Chad B is now following.
Thank you very much. For followers, I can add customized voice. So if you have any request, you can ask. Like any particular language, or I can tinker it to make it high pitch and such. I'll give it for free for followers. I'm trembling with excitement.
I'm fine. Just do whatever you want.
As you wish. If you want to tell me, for example, I don't know, if you're American, I will make it an English voice, and maybe tinker it a bit to make it more unique. In the tight confines of the closed space, I clutched the weapon in my pocket. No, Shinji. She's right here, so close to me. Just a little further, and I can... I get out of the elevator. I could sense there was no one on the landing. I leave the enclosed space. I walk down the hallway. There is not a soul in sight. I can't think. My brain is preoccupied by one thing only. By her. By the thoughts of... Quite a long word make me suspicious. With nobody to stop me, I have arrived in front of the room 3. This must be it. All of the rooms are empty. Can I be sure? I can. Any living being could pick up on the smell, whether they wanted to or not. Most have simply forgotten how because of their comfortable lifestyles. It's shameful, it's immoral, it's inevitable. The rules of modern society are fragile things. It's why even the trivial impulse is enough to prove fatal to them. I go to press the doorbell, but stop. My glasses are in the way. I can do what I came here for. What is on.
いい？決して軽はずみな気持ちで物を見ちゃダメだからね。
There was a woman who told me a long time ago. Senpai. But now I can remember her name on her face. I slowly take off my glasses. The screaming lines look like the wrinkles of age. I don't even understand it in myself. What I'm trying to accomplish. Why I come all this way. What do I want to do with her? I don't know. But I pressed the doorbell.
はい。
I hear a voice through the door. The door begins to open. In that instant, I slip through the gap into the room. She cries out. At least she tries to. The voice of the woman I was so infatuated with, who I desperately pursued all the way here, will never be heard again. The whole thing is over before I know it. The moment I entered the room, I heard a click, the sound of a hammer striking. What is the sound of the door? The creaking of my brain, the alarm bells of the end. It wasn't any of these things, so then, what was it? It goes without saying, there is only one thing it could be. The sound of a knife being released. In an instant, I traced the lines running along the woman's body. I stab, I cut, I pierce. I ran and threw, I cut her into pieces. I killed her, completely and utterly. That was unexpected. There are a total of 17 lines on her body. Neck, back of the head, right eye to lip, upper right arm, lower right arm, right ring finger, left elbow, left thumb, middle finger, left breast, ribs to heart, stomach to abdomen in 2 places, left groin, left thigh, left shin, left toe. As I pressed by in the space of less than a second, in no more than a blink of an eye, I ran them all through. I dismantled her into 7 cuts of meat. Yuck. I wasn't expecting to be so graphic. I heard a stupid, idiotic voice. I didn't even realize that it came from my own mouth. I feel lightheaded and dizzy. There are pieces of something scattered in front of me. A red liquid seeps across the marble floor, almost as if someone has knocked over
Probably the
me.
most shocking moment Nasu ever wrote.
Probably the most shocking moment for me. the revolting smell of blood. The cuts are very clean. There are no organs splitting out. There is only the crimson color sweeping across the floor like a wave. It doesn't make any sense. So no arcade route available for me? Well, I was all over seal, so the room is empty, save for dismembered woman's limbs and myself just standing there. I feel lightheaded and dizzy. There are pieces of something scattered in front of me. A red liquid seeps across the marble floor. It's repeating again. No, if it's intentional or it's a bug. The creeping red color is too vivid. The murder weapon still clutched in my hand. Of course she is. She wouldn't be human if she were still alive after this. Then I hope she's not human. But there is no question why she's dead. Did it just happen? Did I make it happen? Who else but me could have been the one who tore this stranger to pieces? She's dead. Of course she is. She wouldn't be human if she's still after. What's going on?
俺が殺した。
There is no doubt about it. Or maybe there is. Had no reason to. No, it can't have been me. But reason never ever entered into this to begin with. No, it can never be me. I'm the only one here. There was another person here up until a moment ago. But now I'm the only one alive. No, it can't have been me. But I had no reason. There was no reason to. I didn't want to. I wasn't in my right mind. I was never sane in the first place. No, it can't. It can't have been me. It wasn't. The red blood continued to spread across the marble floor, oozing slowly. It makes its all the way to my feet. I lift my shoes in surprise, but not in time. Drops of the woman's red blood stretched between my feet and the floor like coal tar. Red blood. Because I took her apart, the disgusting color continued to sluggishly flow out over the spread, messing across the floor. Yes, it can't have been me. It can't. It obviously can't. No way it couldn't be me. And as you always do, we save and save often.
I didn't notice but I think I heard you mention it was repeating and asking if it was a bug. If it's the exact same thing repeating then yes that's not normal. Maybe you hit rewind.
Probably, I don't know. But it happened also before. Or probably just the shock of the protagonist, they make him repeating the same things over and over again. So, denial or acceptance? You fall into madness. Time to click the bad end. What now? What? Nah. Ah, I see. This is just a bad dream. But then, why is the smell of blood so horribly real?
違う
That's not true. Did I kill her? Or that I didn't kill her?
だって理由が
No, I know perfectly well that the reason was. When I look at her, I could only think of one thing.
俺は
Yes, I wanted to kill her. At the time, it was all that I could think about. I just didn't try to put that feeling to words because the inside of my head was mush. The smell of blood is making me nauseous. Oh gosh. I didn't know this, but for me it's 4:30 AM. I have to go to work. I don't want to stop. Well, guess I have to. So, I will stop it for today, for tonight. I already saved, so... thank you for the follow, Socha, and for the tips. I will continue tomorrow if you want to see more. Have a good day or good night.
NP, glad you're enjoying it.
Oh, I'll definitely enjoy. Bye bye. Thanks again.